right, we will give this a few minutes here just to wait till some people come in. All right, there's one viewer. We see right there, one person watching. It's kind of a surprise live stream here, nothing really overwhelming or whatever else. I just thought I was going to record this through Camtasia, then I thought, well, it'd be better to do it just as a live stream. So, hi. There's a couple more popping up here. Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's doing well, staying cool. That's not always easy to do. All right. We have a couple people tuned in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and start talking about this subject. Of course, my website for those who aren't aware of it, KingJamesVideoMinistries.com. But the friend of the ministry, hi everybody, that's saying hi in the live stream thing there. There's somebody for you.
Hello.
Friend of the ministry sent me this article. I thought it was pretty interesting. I thought, well, I need to talk about that. Largest Catholic health network in the U.S. performs sex change surgeries, bombshell report reveals. Common Spirit Health is a subsidiary of the Catholic Health Care Federation, CHCF. CHCF is subject to the direct oversight and jurisdiction of the Apostolic See in the Vatican. So this isn't some kind of a fringe Catholic thing or whatever else here. This is, under the direct supervision of the Vatican itself. Partlow, Virginia, Lepanto Institute. A new report by the Lepanto Institute shows that Common Spirit Health, the largest Catholic healthcare network in the United States, is performing sex change operations and other moral abominations. The 64-page bombshell report reveals that Common Spirit Health, which derives its Catholic identity directly from a Vatican-established entity, has publicly admitted to the following. And it goes into some of the stuff here. I won't read all of that. But performing elective abortion, at least one location. So they are performing abortions. The Vatican knows about it, and the Vatican's not shutting them down and whatever else. And you can go down through and you can read this article. Again, lifesitenews.com. I can put the link to it in the description box or in the comments down below. You say, well, Protestants, they have their issues too. Okay, here's the thing. Catholics they like to pretend that their church is holy and they have it all figured out, and Protestants have 30,000 and some say 40,000 different denominations. They are the ones that are dumb and foolish and whatever else. No, the fact of the matter is that Roman Catholicism has its own set of issues. Okay, and if the gates of hell shall not prevail against this Catholic Church, well, what are you doing with this? Okay, so I see this all the time in the comments with the Roman Catholics, and they'll just say, "Oh, you're confused. You're not part of the one true church that Jesus founded." This is the church that Jesus founded, right? And then on the issue of abortion, right there, performing elective abortion, I did a study. It's only on Rumble. It's not here on YouTube because YouTube wouldn't allow it. They took it down. Total hypocrisy on abortion from the Catholic Church. And it showed how that on one hand, Catholicism teaches that abortion is a mortal sin, very serious sin, which I would say, yes, it is a very serious sin. You're murdering your own child, pretty sick. But then they turn right around and say you can use vaccines with viruses cultured on aborted baby tissue. I don't say fetal tissue. It's not a Bible word. It's a baby. It's a child. And so, hey, abortion is wrong unless you're getting some of the tissue or virus cultured off the tissue injected into your arm. All right. And I'm just speaking very plainly there. That's not disinformation or some medical misinformation. That's what it is. That's what some of the vaccines, the COVID vaccines were. And the Catholic Church said it's fine to get vaccinated with these things and get it injected into your arm, but abortion is still wrong. It's just if you're helping to save life and whatever else, then it's okay. So um, just nonsense. So if you're Roman Catholic out there, drop the self-righteousness, all this stuff of your church is so holy and wonderful and whatever else. You guys got major problems. You have some very serious problems. So, and on to kicking the Protestants. Here's a video I did. Again, one of you linked to this, sent me this thing about hiding cell phone towers in church steeples. I'm not going to play it, but you can see if you just type in church steeples hiding antennas. Here's a video I did 7 years ago. This was actually out before my video from CNN Business. Kind of funny, I actually have more views than they do on the video. It's kind of weird. But, churches, they love to put these high-powered antennas, 5G antennas and whatever else, into their steeples, hiding them in there and everything. And they show in that video, like I said, I'm not going to play it, but they show that at first you could see all the wires and everything else, and then they said it wasn't good and it's chipping the paint off and everything. And then they came out and they said, oh, we're going to make a whole new steeple for the church, and it will conceal the antennas so you can't see them anymore. Very interesting. But we'll do a little quick Q&A thing. Just give some ministry updates real quick. I am working on some bigger studies, but we've had a real trying time. I don't know, you probably can't see it too good on the camera, but I'm sweating like crazy. It's very hot right now. We've been hitting up right around 90 degrees, and that's very hot for this area. Some of you, that'd be a cool day for some people, I know, but we don't like the heat. But right before my birthday, which is the 7th of July, a few days ago, our chest freezer started making some really weird noises, and started to notice a lot of liquid out underneath. And I thought, oh great. So
on your birthday.
On my birthday. And so unplugged it, got all the frozen stuff out of it, let it defrost completely, took the cover off the side, cleaned everything up, the condenser and all that stuff, all the wires and everything. And I don't know how to repair one, so I thought maybe it just needs to be cleaned out and things. No, that didn't fix it. So we had to go get a new chest freezer, and pretty serious when it's 90 degrees. We didn't want our food to spoil, so we have an old ambulance. If you've been around the ministry, you've probably seen it. And so we got in that. We had to head up to the only place in the area that sells them that we're aware of would be Lowe's. I think Walmart might, but we don't go to Walmart. That's another issue. But we hopped in, started heading up to Presque Isle, which is about an hour and a half north of us. And about a half hour into the trip, I think Oliver was the first one to say, I smell some kind of burning rubber or something.
Burnt rubber.
Yeah. What's that burnt rubber smell? And I said, I don't smell anything. Then my wife, she said, I smell something too. And I don't, oh wait, no, I do smell. I thought, oh no, it's the brakes. And so pulled over, and I got out, and there's smoke coming out from underneath the right front side. And I thought, oh great, and then we got back in and turned around, limped it back home, and it was pulling real hard to the right. I couldn't let go of the wheel. It was pulling really hard to the right, and I just was really careful not to hit the brakes. And it eventually, I think it wasn't locked up anymore. It was running fine, and it wasn't pulling to the right. But I was really gentle on the brakes. And so then we got that home, and then we took our Jeep Cherokee that we have, our yellow one, again, that's been in other videos, and whole way up, we put a little enclosed trailer on the back of the Jeep, and then we went the whole way up, put the chest freezer in it, coming back, and the Jeep just completely died. Just boom.
No, hell.
Yeah, and so we pulled over, and we're talking about the Bible and things, actually. We usually do, but we were talking about kind of a controversial thing. What do you think about this? Well, yeah, but that would contradict scripture, and just whatever. And it just, boom, vehicle shut down, pulled over, and it was just, I couldn't start it again. It just would go, and it started and it would spit and sputter and then shut off again. And anybody out there that with mechanical advice too, you could let me know what your thoughts are. But it would kind of half try to idle, but it wouldn't idle normally, and then it would shut off again. And so I popped the hood, I got out, I looked, and I'm checking everything. There was nothing wrong. And and I thought, I don't know if it was just I mean, it was a chest freezer. They're not really heavy, but I'm pulling a trailer with a chest freezer in it. I thought maybe it overheated or something. And plenty of, antifreeze and everything that wasn't low. And so somebody pulled over, can I help you? I said, no, we're fine. We just have to let it, um, cool down. So it cooled down for about maybe 5 minutes. I let it sit, started up, and we started driving again. We were praying very fervently. We're driving down, and about, I don't know, 15 minutes later, it shuts off again. So pulled over, and this time a guy from the area pulled over. The first one was a tourist that pulled over. Second was a guy from the area, and he gets out, and he was looking at the thing, and he put his hand on the radiator, the cap, and he said, it's cold to the touch. He said, I don't think you're having it overheat. He said, that's really weird. And long story short, it broke down again, and he was helping us, and he followed us home and everything, but it broke down again. And then it would run fine when it cooled down a little bit. So I don't know what the thing was. I'll click on your comment, Ryan. Fuel filter, fuel fire, and oxygen is all that's needed. Yeah, the thing is, we got our fuel filter fixed not long ago, and it was running fine. So I don't know how it would have gone bad this soon. I mean, maybe it did. I mean, most replacement parts now are made in China, so I have no idea. Transmission overheat possibly. Well, I've thought about that, but I don't know, that wouldn't affect the motor running though. I wouldn't think. It was coughing and sputtering and barely running and whatever. So anyhow, we got it back, and it needed an oil change, which that wouldn't have affected it like that. And it wasn't that far beyond when I should have changed it. It was about maybe 4,000 miles since my last change. So changed the oil the other day, and it's running perfectly. So I don't know. It needs to be inspected. So I'm probably just going to have the mechanic just, hey, what do you think? Give me his ideas. He's been working on it for years now, so he knows it very well. But so we had that, and then another wild story with our vehicle issues. I was going to drive our ambulance again the other day, and it's been parked up at our property, and so just hold on. And so I started it, and I backed it up, and then it was sitting there idling, and I heard some up in the motor compartment area. I thought, what is that? And about that time, I heard this something, smacking around in there, and I quickly shut it off, and I got out, and I opened up the hood, and here I must have been two snakes somehow got up into my motor. They were up on top of the motor or something. The one must have been down near one of the fans, and it just, ripped the thing into pieces, and there was guts and stuff. Really nice to find, but I don't know if it was from that, or I don't know what it was, but it actually, the edge of the drive belt came loose, and there was a little bit of it, just like one of the ribs of the drive belt came apart. So I'm hoping I can get it to the gas, or to the service station, and because the belts on these things are weird. It's a big E450 van, so you have to take a whole bunch of stuff to even get down into the motor, and there's a bunch of stuff too, but maybe vapor locking. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. Trash in the gas tank. All gas stations don't sell clean fuel. I've got water in the tank because it was in the pump. No, that's a possibility as well. Good thought there. I'll have to check into that. So we've been having some issues with our vehicles and things, and again, that stuff just takes me it takes time. It takes me away from getting ministry work done. I mean, it's normal stuff. It's not some kind of persecution of the devil or anything like that. It's just regular stuff. So, but just wanted to put that out there, and thank you for your suggestions. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I need to talk about. Oh boy. Speaking of snakes, about a month ago, my wife went to open our door to the house, and there was a 4 to 5 foot black snake on the door. Yikes! It freaked her out. I'm sure it did. I was actually went to a gun shop years ago, and guys were talking, and the one guy said he was out sawing firewood. He said there was a log. He had a bunch of piles of logs that he just taken and thrown there, and then he thought, I'll cut them up for firewood later. And he said he picked up this big log off a thing, was trying to put it on a sawbuck to cut it up. And he said when he picked it up, he kind of rolled it forward, and he said the whole length of it there was a snake, this big huge black snake. And he said he just kind of went and dropped the log, and he said just chills right down the spine. Yeah, so
we have a lot of snakes to deal with.
Yeah, there's a bunch of snakes on our property. They don't get very big though, thankfully, so they're pretty small. Not going to be doing any Bible question stuff today. I just wanted to make a real quick video just to put this out there, for the Catholics that watch this channel. Drop the whole self-righteous thing. Your church is extremely corrupt. So that is going to be it, and hopefully we'll be getting some sermons done here within the next few days or a week or so or something like that. But that's going to be it. So thank you to everybody out there for your prayers. Thank you for supporting the ministry, and we'll see you in the next video.